Reuters is saying now that it's hearing on local media that 15 foreign hostages have escaped. I mean, what do you make of this?
Well, I mean, it's just popped up. It's been reported by Algerian television called An-Nahar. Can't substantiate it yet. That would be quite surprising. They're saying it includes 2 French hostages. That would rather contradict all the other accounts that are coming out of this situation, which appears to show that the hostage takers have got the situation pretty much under control from their point of view, got it in lockdown, as it were, that they've got all the foreign, i.e. non-Algerian hostages corralled into one part of the facility, some of whom are reported to be tied up. There are even reports some have been rigged to explosive belts, while the Algerian hostages have been treated differently. They've been given a bit more freedom of movement, and there are reports on Algerian state media in the last few minutes that 30 of them have escaped or possibly been allowed to be released. What you've got here, Jane, is a really difficult and tense standoff. This was a well-planned, well-executed raid. It's possible, there's some speculation it was some kind of inside job, because they seem to have overpowered and taken over this facility with comparative ease, although obviously there has been some shooting, and that's probably where the fatalities occurred right at the beginning yesterday in the initial shootout. The Algerian forces have surrounded the base. The kidnappers say, move back. We're not even going to talk about negotiations until you move back. They won't move back. They're trying to keep it in lockdown. There are various demands being broadcast through the Mauritanian, that's one of the neighbouring countries to the west, the Mauritanian media, purporting to be from Al-Qaeda, from these people, demanding that the French stop their military assault against Islamists in Mali. I mean, it's unbelievably complicated, all of this. It could be all about money. I think it's more complicated than that. I think it's probably a mixture of jihadist demands, releasing prisoners, stopping the action in Mali. But ultimately, the group, if it is Mokhtar Mokhtar, who is the lead kidnapper, and that's certainly what's widely reported, this guy has a track record of carrying out a lot of successful kidnappings of mostly Westerners, but his group have also taken Algerian hostages, and they've made a lot of money out of it.
And just a brief thought, Frank, about the diplomatic sensitivities, if you like, where the balance lies is obviously for Algerian authorities, it's happening in their country, but anyone with a nationality that is caught up in this is concerned. Where does the balance lie, the British involvement and so on?
Sure. I mean, the Algerian government, to use this awful expression, has the lead on this, which means basically the problem rests on their doorstep. David Cameron spoke to the Algerian Prime Minister, Mr. Kabila, yesterday after the Cobra meeting. They've had another Cobra meeting today, and they will be looking at ways to resolve it. I don't know if the Algerians have requested anything. I think it's not helpful when some of the media here in Britain start speculating about SAS on standby, etc. That's only going to raise tensions and make the kidnappers all the more jittery. That is a last resort, that kind of thing, and it's, you know, they want to try and resolve this by negotiation. So I suspect that sooner or later, unless anything dramatic happens, it will settle down into a kind of, OK, well, this is what you're demanding. We can't do that, but how about this? It becomes a hostage negotiation with people released in dribs and drabs, and then eventually some kind of resolution, hopefully.